everyone, it's Saturday, and today I'm going to be talking about The Princess Bride. Oh, I thought this was upside down for a second, but then it's not. Bazoo. Bazoo. Best movie ever. So The Princess Bride is my favorite movie. Like, in any listings, when they ask me what's your absolute favorite movie, I would say The Princess Bride. Boo-boo. If you don't know the story of The Princess Bride, it's a story about Buttercup, a young woman who was raised on a farm who is now engaged to a prince who she doesn't love because she is in love with the farm boy who worked on her farm when she was younger, and he got lost at sea. And so it's a story about how this war is going on in between two countries, and she is caught in the middle of it, and this dread pirate Roberts comes and saves her, and turns out to be her true love. I mean, it's not really new. If you haven't seen the movie, sorry if I spoiled it for you. But it's really good, and I love that movie. I'm going to talk about the book and how it's completely awesome because it's like watching the movie, only you're reading it. So it's like a travel-along movie, and it has this glorious map of the Florian city, and Gilder and Florin. Look at that. Awesome. But I read the book my freshman year in college. It was on discount at the bookstore, and I was reading it, and I was like, this is exactly like the movie, only longer. When I was reading it, I realized that the scenes are exactly the same. The dialogue when Leslie's climbing up the cliffs of insanity is exactly the same in the book. Seriously, I was reading it and I was picturing it in my mind, and that's awesome. The screenplay was actually written by William Goldman. There are a few scenes in the book that didn't make its way into the movie, like when Humperdinck meets Buttercup and the Zoo of Death, but when you think about it, you can't really put everything into a film. One thing about the book that's different from the movie is that the way the story is told. Now, William Goldman has a side narrative such as the grandpa and the boy in the movie, except for he's telling the story of the Princess Bride to his son. This is where it gets a little confusing. The story of the Princess Bride by S. Morgenstern is actually different from the story that he tells his son in the book, because he realized that when his father read it to him, it was different because there are scenes that were more gruesome or very slow, and he just skipped through all the action parts. Now, the ending of this version is very different from the movie, because the movie ends with just the grandpa finishing the story. In the William Goldman story, when he's reading the story to his son, it ends just like the movie. But he realized that in the actual book, the ending is much different, and so he changes it for his son. Well, thank you so much for watching. Click the subscribe button or follow me on Twitter at LABoyden or my blog, Reading, Writing, and Chocolate at blogspot.com. Bye-bye now.
It's all the sunshine, no crazy weather. It's all that really matters when it comes to me and my best friends.
I just found out that my mother hadn't seen The Princess Bride yet. That's inconceivable! That word. I don't think I'm using it right.